I was working in Mexico in commercial litigation and dispute resolution, and in England I had been working in employment law. Really the last couple of years has been more academic because I have been trying to qualify in England as well, and for that I needed to do, well, there was no QLTS when I started, so I first needed to do the graduate diploma in law, and then I had to do the legal practice course, then I needed to find a training contract, and then 2 years of a training contract. But lucky enough, when I was doing the legal practice course, the QLTS started to, well, exist. The firms that I worked in Mexico were top 5, and they were very, very good. In England, I have worked, I think it's second tier firm in Leeds, and I'm looking for further employment. Because that would mean that I could finish the legal practice course, which, by the way, they actually recommended me to stop it because I could qualify through the QLTS, but I had already paid for it, and well, it looks good on the CV. So I decided to finish the legal practice course, and then do the Qualified Lawyers Transfer Scheme. When you have been already a solicitor in another jurisdiction, it's a little bit frustrating when you move countries for whatever reason to have to start all over again, which is okay because you have to, and the law is absolutely different, so you need to know and you need to show that you know what you're talking about and that you can advise on it and work on it and everything. So I do think that it is necessary to show that way, but at least with the Qualified Lawyers Transfer Scheme, it's really up to you. And well, for me, I applied in March, and at the moment it's December, and now the SRA is processing my application for admission to the role of solicitors. Well, I first thought that because I had done the GDL and the LPC that maybe I didn't need to, but I did not want to take any chances. It is a lot of money. Most of my CV is, or the experience in it, is abroad. So I need to show, again, an English employer about my experience in England. The OSCE and the TLST, both of them are skills, and they're skills you have to work on. And obviously you can develop them and you can, you know, become better at them or enhance them or whatever. But the only way that you're going to do that is also if you have some feedback. I found the tutor that QLTS School provides, you know, for the OSCE and the TLST very helpful, because she was there all the time in Skype, and it was very easy to get in touch with her, and she really helped me build up confidence. I have passed the MCT, the OSCE and the TLST on the first attempt. All the information was fresh in my memory. What I needed was to work on my skills, and I did work several hours a day. I was working part-time in a law firm, so basically the days that I wasn't working would be from 9 a.m. till 8 p.m. or something, but I do think it can be done. It just depends on the knowledge you have, because if you are trying to prepare for the OSCE and for the TLST without really knowing the law, it's just you can't do it. You just can't. So you need first to focus on all the theory and get all the theory in your head of all the subjects, and then after that is when you have to work on your skills. The SRA has set a standard for everyone that wants to become a solicitor in England. So even if you are an excellent writer, or you can draft, or you have been drafting contracts, I don't know, for years, or if you have been interviewing or whatever, even if you have developed those skills in other countries, that doesn't mean that you will pass this test, because this test is those skills under these standards. So you need to know these standards to be able, you know, to complete them, to fulfill them. After reading the first couple of questions, at least in the MCT, I felt at ease. And in OSCE, after the first interview, I felt at ease again, and also in the TLST. The TLST actually, the first exam was the research, and I could do, well, I felt safe, and I felt prepared for that research, and so I was at ease after the first TLST exam. So yes, I was still very nervous to begin with, but as soon as I started talking, or as soon as I started writing, I knew what I was doing, so yes, I felt at ease. When you're studying for the MCT, it's all theory, so it does get boring. And at some point, the information does not want to go in your head. However, if you are preparing on the online, you can access some of the questions and do it in a more fun way, you know, like just practicing instead of trying to get all the information in. For the OSCE, you do have feedback, and I think that feedback, because again, you can be practicing interviewing people and being an advocate or making oral presentations, but if you are not able, or if you do not have the feedback required that will tell you what's right, what's wrong, what could you do better, then you're just not going to do it. So you need to see these standards, and you need to know them, and you need to practice them, yes. Definitely, I would recommend it for foreigners that want to become solicitors in England and want to do it in a fast track. But even if I went back to my own country, this would help me, you know. In England, it's just giving me the plus of being able to apply for higher roles. So it has basically saved me a couple of years. I knew some of the people that were doing these exams with me, and several of them were already working, but their salary was capped because they were not qualified in England.
Right.
And just this little, oh well, not little, but these exams can make a big difference afterwards. So it is worth it. So you have to keep the eyes on that target, because it is hard, it is difficult, and it does require a lot of time and dedication. When I got to the exams and I met that many people in my exact situation, frustrated as well, because they had been solicitors and now they're not, and they want to, it's very encouraging. So I would just say, keep at it and you'll get there.